10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, what's good, people? Happy
Monday.
Happy Monday. It's your girl, Lady Miz, with my co-host.
Double R, Ray.
Y'all already know what it is, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. You are tuned in to From the Ground Up Productions, and there is only one way to go from here. What's good, people? Hope everybody is enjoying their day. Well, not day, is night, really. Technically, yeah, because it's 7 p.m. where we are, Eastern Standard Time. So I hope y'all are enjoying your night. Today, we had a big scare. We had a really big scare. We're going to talk about that a little bit once we bring our guest on, Sparky D. We're going to be chopping it up with her. You know what I mean? Big shout out to BTP Media Group. You know what I mean? This guy is always doing this thing. If y'all need some promo, y'all need a publicist, make sure y'all hit up BTP Media Group. He got it going on. That's
Shout out to Godson.
Absolutely. Godson the Pharaoh always doing big things out there. We appreciate that brother so much. Like I said, we had a scare with Facebook and with Instagram and WhatsApp and all that. But listen, this is why we got our own stuff and our own platform besides even YouTube, because we got to make sure that we stay ready. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get into our commercials, and we're going to bring on our special guest, one of the pioneers of hip-hop, female pioneer of hip-hop, and we're going to chop it up with her a little bit. But before we do that, let's first let us remind you that we are looking for content creators, and if you want to be a part of our network that we are building, we are on Roku. You can contact us to get your network on there, and we will let you know the packages that we offer. And I'm going to tell you, after today, you should see why it's so important to have other outlets besides just Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. You really got to make sure that you got other things in place. So we wasn't even scared when that happened. We were still good. Okay? All right. So let's get to that commercial.
Are you a content creator? Do you make music videos, short films, documentaries, web series, kids shows, movies, stand-up comedy, visual podcast, educational shows, or sports? Are you a fitness instructor or gamer? Do you record church ceremonies or report news? If so, contact From the Ground Up Productions TV by email at fromdagroundupproductions@gmail.com. For more information on getting your content played on our network on Roku, where there are over 85 million viewers and growing. No more being limited or blocked on social media from the content you post and create. Get the freedom to be you without restrictions from controlled social media. And if you want to run your ads or sponsor our network, contact us now at fromdagroundupproductions@gmail.com to get started now.
Yes. So make sure y'all hit us up on the Ground Up Productions. Send us an email if you want to get your content played. If you are an artist, you want to get your music videos, all of that, you know what I mean? Hit us up and we could get that started for you. Big shout out to one of the legends that's popped up on the scene, King Charlie Prince. You already know. And if you don't know, this brother did the Request Line and The Roof Is on Fire. Those are hit records that they play on a regular basis, and people sample, I should say, on the regular basis. They still sampling that music. So big shout out to that brother, my people's over there, King Charlie Prince. Next, we're going to get into peace mentoring. If there's anybody that want to build their credit and learn how to start their own podcast and a few other things, you guys. Yes, yes. If you want to write a book and all of that, we have workshop classes that we teach. We also go into the juvenile detention centers. If you know if they're looking for people to come in there and teach the kids or whoever, we will come up in there as well and teach them too. So let's get into that.
Looking to learn something new? Well, you're one click away from taking that next step to be where you want to be. Book a private session or sign up for our workshop classes that teaches you how to build your credit, budget your money, artist development skills, start and grow a podcast, and the basic skills needed to write your first book. Act now. Go to peacementoringllc.com and sign up now. For private sessions, email us at peacementoringllc@gmail.com.
Yes, yes, yes. So again, make sure you guys, if you're interested in that, send that email over, and you can get that started as well too. Big shout out to Karen Town Mama on the check-in. We see you, Mama. Big shout out to you. So without further ado, guys, we got Sparky D on the line, and we are going to be talking to her. So let's bring on our guest, the female rap battle pioneer of the game, Sparky D.
What's up, fam?
What's going on? What's going on? How you doing today?
Family. I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself? First, I want to say thank you for having me on. It's an honor. Thank you so much. And y'all got it going on from the ground up. It don't look like from the ground up to me.
Listen, we still building. We still building. But listen, you got to go back to the original video. You'll see. We still working, but we ain't all the way down. We moving on up like Georgia Weezy.
Absolutely.
Well, first I'm gonna say it's also an honor to have you on the line. Also,
absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Big shout out to DJ King James on the check-in. Listen, I actually interviewed him the other day, and we were talking about you. I was telling him that we were going to have you on the show, and he was super excited and all of that. I'm actually going to post the clip of that. I actually did, but Facebook was down.
Okay.
It's fairly back up, but yes, you definitely got some fans that couldn't wait for us to interview you. That's actually on the check-in right now. So big shout out to them.
Yes,
Sparky
absolutely.
D, we are so excited to have you here. And what we want to do is see, a lot of times people love hip hop so much, but sometimes they don't understand where it came from, who paid the way, and all of that. So I really would like you to really give us the history of who Sparky D is and how you got started.
That's what's up. You know, I go by the name of MC Sparky D, born and raised in Brownsville, Brooklyn. You know, never ran, never will. That was our motto. And in Brownsville, you had nothing but the thugs. It was gully. You know, big up, a shout out to Mike Tyson and a whole bunch of other folks. But I'm going to use him for example. I used to hide my ice cream money from Mike Tyson. And
okay.
Yeah. And when you came down the stairs, and I lived on the 14th floor, when you came down those stairs, going to school, running down 14 flights, catching the school bus, I was stepping over dead bodies. You feel me?
Oh, damn.
You know, just look and go, oh, he gone, you know, stuff like that. So where I came from, but it was nothing but love as well. So I'm not gonna put down Brownsville, but I came from the gutter, the gully. Okay, white mother, black father. Walking through the projects one day, and it was the Playgirls. They was already had a crew called the Playgirls.
Okay.
You know, and they was rapping in the projects, you know, banging on the windows, boom, bat, boom, boom, bat, you know, and I knew I was Sparky D. I knew who I was, you know, light skin, long hair, green eyes, you know, the booty coming through the project.
Okay, all right, she got it all going on. I hear you.
Okay, so you know, I went indoors and I said, "What's up?" to the ladies, and they was like, "We rapping, Spark." I said, "I'm not a rap," and I kicked I'm light skinned, I'm kicking live, I'm down by low, unqualified. They turn you on and always chilling, always ready, always willing. They was like, "Sparky being the Playgirls." I was like, "What's the Playgirls?" And then they, you know, just started rapping, and that's how I became a MC. To be totally honest with you, but going, you know, the DJs connecting their systems up to the light poles, you know what I mean? People on the microphone saying it's on and on and on and on, you know, and I always wanted to be an actress. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Never wanted to be a battle rapper, never even wanted to become a rapper or MC. Always wanted to become an actress. You know, I was a dancer first, but in the midst of all that, listening to King James, you know, them and MC Shy Rock, Funky 4+1 More, and the tapes going around, Treacherous 3, Kool Moe Dee, Cold Crush Brothers. You wanted to go to Harlem, and I come from Brooklyn. So we would sneak on the trains and we would go up in there in the Autobahn, and I met MC Shy Rock at the Roxy's. They were doing the movie Beat Street. So the Bronx and Manhattan to Treacherous 3, Dougie Fresh, African Bambaataa, and them took to the Playgirls. So we would sneak on the train and go hang out with them when they was doing Beat Street. So that's how we, the Playgirls and Sparky D really got known in the beginning.
Oh, wow. Okay. You named a lot of stuff, and you also really brought back that culture of what hip hop, how it started and how it used to feel. I feel like a lot of times, like in this present time, we are getting so far away from that. You know what I mean? Just to be able to walk outside your door and spit, and then, all of the stuff hooked up to the pole, all of that stuff, like that's the real right there. And a lot of people don't understand and respect that. So I want to shout out to you for that. Definitely. A lot of people, what they don't know is too that you had like a battle with Roxanne Shante, correct?
Yes, I did.
Yes, okay, so how did that come about?
It was 12 o'clock midnight, and may he rest in peace, the world famous Mr. Magic Rap Attack. Mr. Magic, he had a Rap Attack show, and he would say the world premiere. And Spider D and myself was in Brownsville. That was my boyfriend at the time. And, Millie Jackson said, don't have your boyfriend, your producer, your man, your manager, all that in one. But girl, I was young. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So long story short, Mr. Magic Rap Attack came on a world premiere. And she said, my name is Roxanne. And don't you know, I just a cold rock a party and do this show. And I was like, what? She got a cracky, wacky voice, but her voice was very profound. I got to give it to her, it made me listen. But she was talking about UTFO. Now, the UTFO come from Brooklyn. And again, if you remember, I said I come from Brownsville. Nobody, no female from no borough, no state is going to come and talk about nobody from Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? Back then, I had that Mike Tyson mentality, and I still
you forgot to say the famous line, Brownsville never ran, never will. We ain't hear that.
Never ran. That's it. Brownsville never ran, never will. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, sis. Thank you. All right, that's a check for you, sissy. Excuse me. She got me on that one. That's a ticket for you, but that's down the interview. You got the ticket on the red carpet. I mean that.
Yeah.
So listen. So and when I heard that, Spider D said, yo, let's write the record. We wrote it that same night, 12 o'clock midnight. The next day we was in the studio. And the day after that, he gave it to Tony Humphries. And that was a DJ on Radio 198.7 KISS. And Tony Humphries, now to get a hip hop record played, on broad daylight at 4 o'clock, you know what I mean? Tony Humphries played that record and the rest was history. I went gold.
Oh, nice. Oh my God. So that's how they took off.
So basically you kind of picked a fight with her.
I did. I did. And I'm gonna keep it
real. The bomb on him. She said, listen here, David.
I did. I'm gonna keep it real with you. She was very witty. She may not ever admit it. She's bold. She's very bold. I'm gonna keep it real with you 100%. She's very bold. But to the point was she was afraid. But she ain't gonna show it. But I know her that well. I know her ways, her moves, her every move. She was very nervous, but she'll stand up against anyone. You feel me?
Right.
But even to this day, we're sisters, but it took us a long time, y'all, to come together. We had Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, Strong Island, and Queens coming against each other. Even WBLS, which is a radio station, and 98.7 KISS. Red Alert was my DJ, and Marley Marl was hers, and he was on BLS. So they were even going at it with each other, So we really put an impact in hip hop, We really did. We really did.
So let me ask you this, because when you think about that, as far as like the females in hip hop, they always really try to definitely play us against each other to a certain extent, right? So talk to me about, well, first let me ask you, you and Roxanne have a relationship with y'all cool now, correct?
Yeah, we sisters, no doubt. We sisters. Okay. But at the end of the game, at the end of the day, and I love her to death. At the end of the day, every man for himself, and I just learned that 2 weeks ago. So you want to talk about it? We could talk about it, because this is some
Yo, listen, Sparky, that's what we here for, baby. We here to talk about it. You say what's good, mama?
If you notice, I've got skipped all through the years. Every old school show, you see females, but you don't see Sparky D. You see people doing female shows, but you don't see Sparky D. You never say, because how could you hear MC Light if you didn't hear Sparky D? MC Light says that she falls from the lineage of Sparky D's tree. You know what I'm saying? How could you skip greatness? But now I know why you skipped it, because you see my greatness. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I had to learn that for 28 years, just up to 2 weeks. I'm like, it seems like I've been blackballed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know I'm here. I'm here. Y'all got shows. Why can't you just say, well, okay, her record is old or whatever, but let her promote the show? I mean, let her host the show. But see, when I step into the building, in the spiritual realm, the demons flee, and in the natural realm, the flesh curl up. So I've learned that.
Okay.
So what's happening now is, when you say that, you're talking about when they doing everybody's life story, they skipping over yours.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing for certain. 2 things for sure. And I'm glad you said this, and I'm not going to sound boastful. I can't tell it all. Phone call yesterday. They just said everybody else release party could be wherever they want, and we got the budget for it. But Hollywood recommend me having Sparky D having her release party in Hollywood. God opened up the windows of heaven.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yes. I'm happy to hear that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the ticket I was saying you guys definitely gonna get, because I look crazy, and that's why y'all have that picture up. And if I knew literally the platform like this, and I'm not being funny, I should have been seen. But thank you for even having me on vocally without my picture. So I owe you 2 guys the red carpet to the premiere. Yes, my movie's coming out.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Let me put the claps on that again, because we will be there. We appreciate that so much.
Yes, we will.
Back to I'm gonna just go back a little bit on
that's fine.
on females in hip hop. Do you feel that that most people in the industry try to keep females more separated than getting together? Because like you could see a lot of dudes get on the track and they able to work together. I mean, dude, they got beef too. You know what I mean? There's always some battle, beef, whatever. But I'm just talking about as far as like really coming together. Do you think that that's pushed more to keep females more separated, or do you think that's just the individual person that's like that?
I think it's pushed. It keeps us separated. Separated, but you have to understand, a lot of cats in the room. You're a female, and a lot of cats in the room. You won't hear just one meow. But I feel that if you have confidence in yourself, you know who you are and whose you are, it doesn't make a difference. Like you, I'm looking at you. You look confident. You seem confident. You sound confident. And when you open up your mouth, you command your show.
Right.
So I give you that thumbs up. You know what you talk about. You believe in yourself. But a lot of females just don't want to do it. Just say, for example, we have Queen Latifah, and this is only me. You have Queen Latifah, you have Eve, you have Light, you have help me out. You have Brandy. She's not hip hop, but that's just that Hollywood type clique. Okay. You can't get in it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Not saying they feel that way, but my opinion. And then you have a Yo-Yo, a Roxanne Shante, and maybe Sweet Tea. But you'll never get all of us together, because it's too much greatness, or too many of them that can get up ahead won't bring the other sister up because she wants to be a queen. But we're all queens, and you can quote me on that, and you can save that or send it out, because let them know that the SPARKYD said it. Enough is enough.
That's right.
And
that's
how
right.
I feel.
That's right. I'm dropping the bomb on that. I love that. And you're so right, because That's something. I think that mentality has to, we got to get over that, because you got to be able to reach back and lift people up, or whatever the case may be. And there's enough room and there's enough money for everybody. It should not really matter. You know what I mean? And I think that that's a problem, not even just with females, but just in general with our people in the community itself. Sometimes our people, we have issues with that. And we're always the ones going through shit. And that sometimes be our own issue. Let me give a shout out to DJ Russ and TT on the check-in, my big sis. They on the check-in. So I'm going to shout them out. Like I was saying, that's a huge freaking issue. But one thing that I will say, I was watching a video. They was having something, I think, for Shy Rock, and Rod Digger was talking about you. You know what I mean? And saying that, that she respected you and you encouraged her and all of that stuff as well, too. I'm trying to think where it was in the park. What was it? Was it Shy Rock?
It was in the Bronx. It was in the Bronx this summer. Shy Rock Day. So big up to my mother in hip hop, and that's the first time I met Rod Digger. And I just, that's the first time I met her, and she was like, Sparky, I used to listen to you, one for you. And I'm going to tell you, she made my day. I'm going to keep it real. No shame. No shame in my game, because it's impossible, sis, for someone to, that's just like, we used to watch, what's her name? Y'all help me out. Foxy Brown. What's that lady name? Foxy Brown, the black Pam Grier.
Oh, Pam Grier.
Yeah, Pam Grier, Jim Kelly, and all that. Or the Whistle, or let me just change it around. The OJs and people singing. That's where R. Kelly get it from. You have to recognize people. Not that they owe us anything, but don't be in the room at a hip hop party and you put me in the 5th seat and I can't get in VIP. What you talking about? I brought the sand to the box, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Woo, I'm loving it. That's what I'm talking about. I put the sand to the box, okay? We got a question from Godson the Pharaoh. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that you could have done something different or radical that could have took you to a Latifah or light status industry-wise?
I'm going to be very honest with you. I was right there at a Queen Latifah status, but I did it to myself. I went into the VIP room, very important people, and everybody was passing around a dollar bill, and it was cocaine. And from cocaine, I never forget, when I was still handling it, right? Never did it at night. But what really got me, my brother, was when I took a hit off a water pipe. That's when my career went through my hands. So I did that to myself, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we would definitely respect you for being honest and keeping it real. And I respect that too, because sometimes people like to place blame on others, but it's nice to know that you take personal responsibility, for certain things that may have got you in certain situations. But the beautiful thing about that is the past, right? And at the end of the day, you still laid the foundation. People still know who you are. Right now, DJ, bring that back up. DJ Russ, on a check-in, he was like, when I was coming up, Sparky was the truth, and he put the 100 in there. So you still got your love, and you still got your respect. People still respect you. They know what you did for this industry, for hip-hop. So we just want to keep, just let you know that, okay?
King James says he still has a Sparky D versus Roxanne Shante album.
DJ King James, yes. He still got the album. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
There's another one coming.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I was about to ask you too. Are you working on anything? Do you have anything that you're about to put out?
Yes. My docu-series is on its way out, following with my movie. I have my gospel hip hop album coming out, but I have one last hip hop song. The first, the best, the last of Sparky D, and it's called Skip to My Lou, My Darling.
All right. Okay. So when about can we be expecting that?
2022. Everything is dropping in 2022. I also have my fragrance line, my home decor line, and it is called Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am. And my books will be out. Everything will be out at the same time in 2022.
Okay. Well, listen, please let us know so that we can help promote and support as well. You know what I mean? Because we definitely want to do that for sure. Sparky D, how do you feel about the industry right now? Like when you listen, you turn on the radio and you see how things are. Comparing it to when you were coming up and getting into the game, how would you compare the two?
Now, every generation is different, so I won't down them at all. I commend them. I thank God for them because God has destiny for everybody. But I don't even play the radio, my sister. I love Cardi B. I love her. My hat goes off to her. She is just so real. Future, Drake. It's certain ones that I can vibe to. It's just certain ones, but I just don't. I don't know what the hell they talking about. I gotta keep it real.
Said, I can't understand. They mumbling.
What I do with that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm happy for them. I'm really happy for them. I just pray they do the right thing with their money. But I'm gonna be totally honest with you. They have hooks. They can't get in the cipher, just nothing. You wrote or nothing, they just can't get in the cipher. They don't even command the crowd because that's why the hip hop awards are so boring. They just get on, they just sing, and then I just don't understand it. They A B C D E F G.
I can't say it.
J K L M N O P.
You be lucky if you hear that clear. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Yes, ma'am. But you know what? I give it to them because they about their business. That's one thing I can say. But it's mumble rap, and that's not hip hop. It's just the new generation. That's just something that they do.
Right. Yeah. When you think about that. Like, I know my daughter, she was like, Mom, because I rap too. And she was like, it's too many words, but our culture is more bar heavy, right? Whereas their culture, I shouldn't say culture, but their what's the generation. Their generation is more about the melody of the song. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you said, it's all about that. So they're not listening to words. And that's why people probably don't care about what they're saying or what they sound like.
Girl, I'll make you laugh.
What?
I'll make you laugh. I said, damn, that song got played. I do that. I need to do it. And I tried it. I tried, y'all. I tried all day long. My son-in-law, he makes records in an auto-tune. And in 2 seconds, I said, you made that song. And I said, oh, that sounds good. How you do that? He said, my phone. I said, They couldn't put yourself or myself on the stage. Even if it was two dudes, I don't think they could deal with you and I on stage. Our lyrics alone, your 8 bars and my 8 bars alone will kill what they have.
Other than they hot 16.
It's funny you said that because DJ King James asked for a collab for his project with both of y'all.
Well, you got it. You got it.
All right, DJ. She said yes. So gotta hit her up. So
let's roll.
So we from that boom bap era, so we totally get that and understand that. But one thing is that I do want to mention is that no matter what the situation is, we still in this culture got to embrace each other through the generations. You know what I mean? Because big shout out to Mikey D. He got to pass the torch, and that was to bring the older generation and the newer generation together. Because at the end of the day, like our people, we have to stop saying, oh, because somebody got older that we don't give a damn about them no more. We have to still respect and praise the ones, because if it wasn't for them, none of us would freaking be here. If it wasn't for you, we would not be here right now. So we definitely have to make sure that we salute and give respect where respect is due. Okay. You said a line.
1 second before you go, watch this. 1 second before you say something.
Okay.
I ride by Rick Ross' house all the time. And I said, ooh, go ahead, Rick. And then I say, I had something to do with that mansion. You know what I'm saying? I had something to do with that.
Facts. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But it's all good.
It's all good.
See, we talk about R. Kelly, but I will say one thing about R. Kelly. When he did his music, he always collabed with the generation before him.
He did.
Sure did. He sure did.
I love R. Kelly.
Listen, his music is great, and nobody can take that away from him.
No,
I don't
not
know.
at all.
Listen, at the end of the day, whatever is going on, if whatever he didn't do, whatever, we separating people get too much caught up in people's personal life rather than just understanding and respecting the art. Now, I'm not saying
everybody. They knew he was R. Kelly, just like they knew he was Bill Cosby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just like they know. Ain't no shame to the game. You knew it was Bill Cosby. You went up to this room. You know what it is. You knew it was R. Kelly. You know what it is. You knew it was Cara Burnett or whatever. You know what it is. You knew what it is. You know what it is.
A whole fact. That's a whole fact.
You know, the rumors were going around long before
time ago. That's right.
Absolutely. But just to jump back a little bit to what I was saying as far as the generations and stuff like that. You know what? I love the line that you said when you was like, old school cats break bread with one another. New school cats can't stand each other. Right?
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that right there, I love that because, again, people got to listen to that and understand it. You know what I mean? What that means. What does that mean? That means that no matter what the situation is, we have to learn how to get along so that we can build each other up and support one another. Because the minute that we are divided in this industry, it affects us as a whole. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And one thing I can say about old school, whether we have some kind of grudge or something together, you guys would never know it.
Right.
If me and Shawnee wasn't talking, you guys would never know it. And me and Shy-Rock wasn't talking and we were right there, you guys would never know it. We know how to keep our peace in front of company.
Yes. And that and again, I mean, look, at the end of the day, there was always some type of beef in hip hop. People had it. You had, you know what I mean? You had your KRS with the MC Shan, whatever, right? There was always something going on. But the amount of deaths now in hip hop is disturbing. And what really breaks my heart is the fact that a lot of them are very young kids. They're not even getting a chance.
Yes, they're not. They're not at all. They're not at all.
When you look at that, you know, and you think about the rap battles that you had, did it ever come to a point where you felt it was going to get to that level like it is now?
Never. We, you know, that's the skills that we had. You know, and that we have, you know, let me just say this. Back then, we didn't have to take our clothes off, even though that happened all long before us, before we was even born, prostitution and all that other stuff. But we didn't have to take our clothes off to get where we had to be. You know, Shantae didn't have to take her clothes off. I didn't have to take my clothes off. Salt and Pepper didn't have to take their clothes off because we had the skills. You know, we had the technique. We had the skills. Nowadays, you know, you got to do what you got to do to get where you got to go. And that's what they do. But no, we didn't have to do that. And so when it comes back to fighting and killing, no, we didn't have to do that. We did it right there. And it was bars. We spit bars. Either it was graffiti. Let's see who could, you know, write the best. You know, if it was breakdancing, well, we're going to do it in dancing. We're going to do a love, peace, and unity. And that's what hip hop is about.
See, I'm going to tell you what and because I grew up in the era too, and I understand the difference between the generation, our generation and the generation now is the killing now in our generation was happening outside of music. So it would be people who would come to the concert and act a fool. Now the killing is all in the music, you know? Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah, and but you got to realize too, you know, this just came to me. You got the young boys making music, even the older cats, they do sit together. One thing I give it to about this new generation, they help their fellow man, they help their brother, they help their homie, they help their cousin, you know what I mean? They help their uncle, whatever they help, and they all come on and they all get money. That's what hip hop don't do. I honor the new artists because they help one to another. Now,
I just got to give you the claps on that, Sparky D. I mean, listen. That is you're so right about that. I do notice that. And not even a shot at our generation, but a lot of people had a lot of egos. So much that it was hard to help lift one another up. But I do see that with these younger ones. They are making sure that, we doing this, we in this together, and they putting people on. So that's dope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Now let me ask you this, because you brought up about the females back in the days, as far as like when you think about, like, again, like you said, we had people that was always doing stuff, but do you think that in like now, do you think that there's a motive behind Black women or for females in hip hop to only be able to promote themselves in a sexual way?
You know what, sis? To keep it real with you, that's corporate. You know what I mean? No, because you know what? Let's give it to the queen. Queen Latifah ain't did nothing in no sexual way. You know what I mean? She did not. It was her skill set. It was her skills or at the right place at the right time. MC Light, she earned the right to have the voice of Hollywood.
Right.
It's just now 2021. That's what our world surrounds itself with: sex. So these young girls and other females feel it upon themselves that they have to show that. But no, it was proven from Salt and Pepper, from Queen Latifah, from Eve, from MC Light. I give it to them. My hat goes up. It was proven they didn't have to show no body, no sex, or do no sex to get where they are at today. But nowadays that's what the females think. They got to show that backside and the front side, and they got to do a whole lot of stuff to get where they need to be.
Okay.
And it's all the same. They all saying the exact same thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Big shout out to Al Mosley on the check-in and N1DP. We see y'all out there in Queens. We see you. Now when I want to talk to you about this. First, because I want people to know where they can reach you if they want to get in touch with you. Or do you do features, all of that stuff? How can people reach you? But before you even say that, right?
Okay.
I want you to tell me. Today there was a Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp shutdown. I mean, people was going freaking crazy, right?
I'll be honest with you. Everybody was going crazy on Instagram and Facebook. I was in the garage making my t-shirts, my keychains, my coffee mugs for my ministry. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get ready to get a building. So I wasn't going crazy because, I'm just learning how to do IG, y'all. I'm learning how to answer you back if you hit me up. So no. So I wasn't on it today, but yeah, they going crazy.
So do you have something set up outside of those social medias for people to be able to reach you?
Oh, yes, I do. I have Facebook, Sparky D Music, Doreen Jones. On IG is Sparky D Music. Everything is Sparky D or Sparky D Music. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, but what I was saying was outside, yeah, and everybody that's tuned in, and when this is on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of that, guys, if you're listening in, Sparky D is on Instagram, okay, and that's SPARKYD Music, MUSIC. Okay, this is for those who are listening and not watching. So I was talking about outside of Facebook and Instagram.
They can hit me up on my email. My website is being done right now. My email is sparkydmusic@yahoo.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
There you go. King James, there you go. There go her email. Can you repeat that email again?
sparkydmusic@yahoo.
At Yahoo. All right. There we go. We're going to put that email at the bottom of the screen. So if y'all,
give King James my phone number. That's all.
Okay. All right. Got it. King James, I'm shooting you the number when the show is over. All right. So, is there anything that we didn't ask you that you want people to know? I know we covered the, how you got started, everything, the battles, how you feel about, the industry. Is there something that we didn't ask you that you want people to know?
Well, I don't know if they know, but I'm an apostle now. I'm getting ready to open up my church in 2022. I'm a prayer warrior. Nice. I mean, I'm doing my fragrance line. My movie is coming out. My docuseries will be out in 2022. Y'all can hit me up on Facebook or IG. I do drops. I do, you want a 16, whatever you want. Just hit me up and ask. The Bible say you have not because you ask not. Whatever you need, I'm there.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We need a drop from you, Sparky D. So we definitely gonna get that from you, and thank you, appreciate that. Big shout out to Tyler Mix on the check-in, one of the members to our team. He's on here, a screenwriter, rapper, whatever, all of that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He do all of that. And who else? I just seen Eddie OJ in the building from the Clientele Brothers. He's on the check-in. Yes. I know he was excited to see that you was going to be on the show as well.
Yeah,
So,
that's my brother. What's up, Crazy Eddie?
Crazy Eddie, that's a good one. So you ain't lying about that.
Yes. That's him.
Yeah, so we listen again. We want to thank you so much, for coming on and talking with us and giving us the history of everything that how you got to hip hop and the foundation that you laid for all of us. Okay,
yes,
we definitely appreciate that. And is there any shout outs that you want to give?
I want to give a shout out to the ground up. That's what I want to give a shout out to. I want to shout out to everybody. Everybody, stay focused. Just stay focused. For the ones who want to be on that platform, you got to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And learn your circle. You really don't need a circle or a team. You know what I'm saying? You need a team, but learn who's in your circle. You know what I'm saying? And just don't compromise. Go do what you do because you can accomplish anything.
That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You said that and it sparked another question in me that I wanted to ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to the music business, what advice would you give to anyone that's trying to get in the industry?
Make sure you either affiliated with, and I only know these two, BMI, ASCAP. Make sure you learn what publishing is. Make sure you get a lawyer to read your contract, and just do what it do. You're independent now. It's not like it used to be, so make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's. And again, never give up on your own self, no matter what. No doesn't mean denied, and no doesn't mean, it may mean delayed, but it doesn't mean denied. Do never give up on yourself. And that's it. I understand everybody wants to be a Jay-Z, everybody wants to be a Cardi B, but just accept what God has given you and go run with it.
Love that. Beautiful, beautiful advice. So that was beautiful. We definitely need to hear that. And I hope that y'all listening and take heed to that. Shout out to Maurice on the check-in. Mom, Glow on the check-in. So do you have any other questions before we get up?
I think we're good.
Good. All right. Okay. So listen, we're gonna be in touch.
Yes.
So we're definitely gonna be looking out for that stuff. I'm gonna give King James your number. I'll hit you up for the drop. And when you got the new stuff coming out, please let us know. And
yes, sis, you got the red carpet ticket for sure. Real talk.
All right.
And I get with y'all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have a good night. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Later. All right, y'all. That was Sparky D, okay, on the check-in. Make sure if y'all not following her, y'all go follow her and make sure you support that sister. She got things going on and a lot of things coming up. So go to her Instagram, follow her. She also gave her email if y'all want to get in touch with her, sparkydmusic@yahoo.com.
She said also on Facebook, Sparky D Music also on Facebook.
Absolutely. And listen, I just want to remind y'all, okay, remember this. Facebook was down, but remember, that's why I ask y'all and I tell y'all to subscribe to our YouTube, because although the Facebook go down, we were still rocking, okay? We wasn't scared. We ain't never scared, all right? We were still like, it's on and popping because we got stuff set up. We don't even go live to Facebook no more. And on top of that, even if they drop YouTube, we still have our Roku network, so we can still go live and y'all can still tune in and we can still do this. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, but also make sure if you got a Roku, look up From the Ground Up Productions TV and add us. We are a Black business growing network. We got so much stuff coming on the scene that we're about to put out films. Big shout out to Tyler Mix again on the check-in. He out there in Atlanta doing this thing, pushing that Lady Miz mixtape hard body, son. Okay. And on top of that, make sure y'all check out track number 17. Hands up in the 845. We rep 845 no matter what the situation is. Even when they ain't showing us love back, we still rep that shit to the end because that's where we live, that's where we from, and we do that. You understand? So check it. Make sure y'all check out the Lady Miz mixtape. Y'all could go to my website, www.ladymiz.com. I spell lady with an I, so that's LADIMIZ. And if you hit the more button, everything that I do drops down. But if you want to get to my mixtape, You have to hit entertainment, and then you have to look and hit the option that says music. When you hit the option that says music and you scroll down, you'll see the mixtape there. I got several joints on there, several bangers, and
It's also 23 bangers.
23 bangers on there. And on top of that, I also got, like I said, Tyler Mix on the scene. I want y'all to get to know this brother. Okay. He got his feet to the payments out there. He putting in work, 10 toes down, doing it. Okay. So we see you. We already know what it is. And listen, we happy to have somebody on the team with us that's also going to work just as hard as we are. All right. So let's welcome Tyler to the what? That's what I'm talking about. Tyler Mix on deck right now. He out there doing it. Like I said, he's out there in Atlanta. He out there just pushing. He said, I'm going here, I'm going there. He putting in work. All right. He putting in work. And that's what we need. We need somebody that's going to be putting in work just like we put in work. What's up? You got something? Oh, okay. All right, little DJ Russ. I see you. I see you, little DJ Russ. So tomorrow is Talk Therapy Tuesdays. All right. So I want to remind y'all that I'm going on tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be discussing etiquettes. Not just etiquettes with us. I'm going to be breaking down certain things that people should know that honestly, sometimes you might get mad like, yo, is you stupid? Did you really just do that? Is you dumb? You know what I mean? But sometimes people don't understand how to use proper etiquette. So I'm actually going to be talking about that tomorrow and giving y'all a little therapy with my,
I'll give you an example of proper etiquette.
Yes. Okay.
RSVPing.
Boom. Listen. Black people, I gotta talk to y'all, and I shouldn't be talking about
this. We ain't gonna talk about it now. That's gonna be
that's just one. That's just one, but it's so much. But just not that. I'm also gonna talk about business etiquette as well, okay? Because you do have to know how to conduct yourself personally and on a business level. A lot of times people don't know how to do that. So what tends to happen is, you burn bridges, or people might not respect you based off of how you represented yourself. So tomorrow on Talk Therapy Tuesdays with your girl, Lady Miz. Make sure y'all tune in here on YouTube, and also make sure you add us to your Roku channel, but also follow us on all our social medias. But just send your emails, get on our email list. We got to make sure that we are doing like what y'all did when Facebook was down. Was you nervous? Was you scared? You know what it made me think? Even though we do the YouTube and we got the Roku, you know what I said? I said we need hard copies. We need to print out, okay? The people on your phone, the phone numbers. Because if you don't print them phone numbers out, guess what? You lost all that, because I know you don't remember people's numbers because the smartphones made us dumb. We can't remember shit. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you do that. Take them numbers, print the important numbers out, or whoever numbers, and have a hard copy of that. And then, boom, email. Join my email list. You can go to my website. I'm trying to build that up right now because that's the one thing that I wasn't doing, but I'm definitely doing that now because today made me realize, if I need to get in touch with them and they don't have everything, how do I do that? But everybody got an email, right? Because in order for you to get Facebook, Instagram, and all that, you got to have an email. So with that being said, make sure you go to my website and subscribe and get on my email list so that I can stay in contact with you and spread the word. Spread the word. I think that we are done. Yep. Are we done? Okay. All right. Well, listen, guys, facts. I keep a notebook. DJ King James said he keeps a notebook. That's what I'm talking about. King Charlie Prince, he said, invite me. I'm not really sure what he mean. I don't know if you're trying to come on the scene right now or invite you somewhere else. I'm not sure. But every New York DJ got the Lady Miz mixtape. That's what I'm talking about. Tyler Mix said every day, because I told y'all he putting in work. If you haven't already, y'all go check out my mixtape. And we got more stuff coming. Y'all have no idea. We got so much more coming, y'all. I'm done talking. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to From the Ground Up Productions. Make sure y'all check me out tomorrow. I'm going to be a little more chill, but still turned up, a little something, all right? Because that's just my personality. And we're going to chop it up. And listen, if y'all know somebody who be doing stuff that y'all know is kind of crazy, okay, make sure you tell them to check in tomorrow with me. Talk Therapy Tuesday, so I could get them right. If you know somebody that got a business and they not handling their business right, Tell them to check in tomorrow, Talk Therapy Tuesdays, so I can get them right.
Okay, if you don't want to say it, just slide them the website. Just do it subtle, like, hey, watch this.
Absolutely, tell them to come on in. Yeah. You ain't got to say, yo, you need help, son, because just be like, oh, this is a great topic. You should tune in. Let's tune in. Whatever. Slide it to them on that note, because some people do need help. And last but not least, I just want to tell y'all that Hood Court. I don't know if y'all know about Hood Court, but Hood Court is we're about to start doing that. That's another show that we are going to be doing. So look out for Hood Court with me and Tyler Mix on that joint right there. It's going, listen, if you want to bring somebody to court, it's strictly off of hood rules, okay? So if somebody did you dirty, somebody slept with your boo, somebody, owe you money, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, if somebody is sleeping with your baby daddy, all right, bring them to Hood Court. We're going to get them right. We're going to get them right, all right? Because it's strictly from the code of the streets. All of our rules, we're not following their rules, whatever that you see in the real courts. We doing Hood Court, the code of the streets, baby. Look out for that. It's your girl, Lady Miz. I'm rocking with
Ray.
And this is from the Ground Up Productions. There's only one way to go from here. We see y'all. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.